That was that boy.
That boy gives me the creeps.
Don't play with that
It's
kid.
him, isn't it?
Weird kid. Did you hear the rumors the boy fourth died because of him?
Naruto. Naruto.
If you're watching this video, then that means you desire a better life for yourself. And I respect that. Most people waste away in mediocrity and complacency. And for you to recognize that something needs to change already makes you better than the mindless 99% of people. Naruto went from forgotten and ignored to Hokage. You can live this life too, but only if you are willing to sacrifice. Everybody will doubt you. They will think you're stupid. But if you're willing to do the hard work to endure that, then allow me to help you on that journey. Naruto just wanted to be like everyone else, to have friends, to be liked by his teachers, and to not be lonely. He would get into trouble just so that people would pay attention to him. None of this was his fault. It was the fault of the system that he grew up under. He wanted to become great, to prove everybody wrong, so that people will look up to him instead of looking down at him. He ended up accomplishing his goal in the end, but little did he know of the immense pain he would go through along this journey. If it feels difficult to change, that you have no motivation, that you don't want to do it, it's not because there's something wrong with you. This is an incredibly difficult path. This isn't what you want to hear, but it's the truth, and somebody needs to tell you it. We do not allow suffering to interfere with our purpose. We are disciplined men, and we don't act like those guys who sit in bed all day scrolling on TikTok. Those guys will never achieve their dreams like we will, because we understand that we must do the hard work, especially when we don't feel like it. This is what is called discipline. People think discipline is an innate trait that you're born with, but it's actually a skill that you can develop. Every single time you do a task that you know you should do but don't want to, you get a little bit of XP into your discipline skill. Being a little uncomfortable and slightly pushing yourself just a little bit every single day will compound into making you a disciplined man. This is how you actually fix your life. This is non-negotiable. Except it's not the only thing that matters. You can be the most disciplined man in the entire fucking world, but if you don't understand the next lesson, then it wouldn't even matter. When Naruto failed his exam to graduate from the Ninja Academy, even though he tried really hard, he felt like shit. He put in the work, but still got nothing out. Then, Mizuki gave him hope and told Naruto to steal the Forbidden Scroll of Seals and learn one of the jutsus in there. That is how he could pass. Mizuki promised him the way to getting what he wanted, but Mizuki intentionally misled Naruto so that he could attempt to kill him and use the scrolls for his own personal gain. Naruto was disciplined and worked really hard when he didn't want to so he could learn one of the jutsus, but if Iruka didn't happen to find him, then Naruto would have been killed. And all of his hard work would have been for nothing. This reminds me of when I started working out at 13 because I was inspired by Deku from My Hero Academia, but I had not made any progress for an entire 3 years because I literally had no clue what to do. I saw these transformations of guys becoming insanely jacked in 3 years, and it made me feel like there was something wrong with who I was because I couldn't do that. It wasn't until when I was 16 and I had spent 3 whole years figuring out what works and what doesn't that I actually finally made progress. And dude, it was at this time that I started teaching my 2 best friends how to work out, and they nearly caught up to me within 6 months. Now, imagine if you had to walk through a maze blindly. You can't see anything. You walk forward a little bit and you just slam your face on a wall in front of you. You back up and turn around on a new path that seems to be going fine. But then you hit a dead end and slam your face again. You could be stuck in that maze for hours before you stumble out by complete chance, assuming you don't give up. But the worst part about that is that you don't even know how close you are to the end. Now, imagine the same thing again, but this time you're holding someone's hand who can see, and they know the exact path to get out. You still can't see anything, but you follow this person's hand and you swiftly and effortlessly breeze through the maze in record time. This seems like such a great scenario, but there's a dark truth you must be aware of. What if the person you're following isn't actually leading you to the exit? You can't see anything in the maze, and you literally just have to trust them. If they instead lead you to the opposite end of the exit and leave you there and run, you are now much worse off than if you just stumbled around blindly yourself from the very beginning. This is the equivalent of Naruto getting led by Mizuki, who used him for his own gain. Finding the right person to guide you is probably the most important choice you need to make as a young man, and the most important criteria for choosing them is that they have been through the struggles that you are going through. If somebody is naturally attractive, don't ask them for advice on how to be more attractive. They don't fucking know because they never went through the journey of being unattractive and figuring out how to overcome it themselves. Your mentor must either have gone through the struggles that you are going through themselves or have learned from someone who has. This journey is difficult, and you're not going to do it alone. If you are serious about trying to improve yourself, it is a requirement that you surround yourself with people who will support you, who care about you, and understand you. Do you think you'll have enough willpower to push through your self-doubt and change when the people around you are encouraging you to stay where you are? Of course not! It wasn't until when Naruto was being trained by Kakashi and Jiraiya that he had people who cared about him and were pushing him to be better and could tell him the ways that he was messing up and instantly solve the problem for him. If it wasn't for those guys who were supporting him, lifting him up, and caring about him, Naruto would have never reached the success that he found. You must surround yourself with a community of young men who are all trying to fix their lives together. Imagine you walk down the hallway of your school and every guy you pass by is your friend and he actively pushes you to become better and won't let you fail. When you fall down, your brothers pick you back up. It's almost impossible to fail under those circumstances. Wouldn't that be fucking sick? I want to see the young men of our generation become the protagonists of their own stories. This is the type of environment that I am creating within Protagonist Academy. Protagonist Academy is a private Discord community that will help you fix your life and make new friends that you can relate to along the way. Once inside, you will finally find the guidance that you need to save years of your life and enjoy the process too, alongside your fellow brothers. You only learn if you take action. If you watch this video and change nothing about your life, then you have learned nothing, but I know you're not like that. I know you're not like everyone else, bro. I know that you are serious about fixing your life and having like-minded friends that finally understand you. Click the link in the description, and we look forward to seeing you inside.